12 weeks ago, it was anyone's game to win this league. 12 leagues later, not so much. Welcome to the NPTL Season 1 third quarter recap. You know who I am, so I am not introducing myself. I do, however, have to introduce a couple of people. Today, joining me, we have Mr. I Can't Upload My Team Analysis to Save My Life, Josh King, and good lord, calm down with the sweeps, Competitive Poke.
What's going on?
Hello, Renedians. What's going on?
Today we got a few things to discuss. First off, and most importantly, in my opinion, the Furfrows got a win.
Woo! 1-11, making that comeback.
Might have been my forfeit, but we'll take it.
Yeah. Alright, so we have had an upset a little bit. It's looking a bit sketchy on who's going to get the wild cards, and in a couple conferences,
Regions.
That's what I was looking for. It's not all that clear who's going to get the division spot. In Kanto region, we have the San Jose Sharpedos, that bastard with the fish, and the New York Metagross tied for the division leader at 9-3. Wait,
I thought you were 8-4. That's what it says on the page.
Yeah.
No, Shay is 9-3.
Yeah, me and him are 9-3. Okay.
Yeah, I'm trailing behind.
Like, a lot of these conferences are starting to be close. Like, you got the Johto region, which is...
Not so much.
No, that's just a clear winner. You got the Hoenn region, which is going to be really close. It's going to come down to the wire. You got the Kalos region, where it's also close.
Oh, good.
And then you just have me in the Kanto, which is me and Shay battling it out.
I'm trying.
Yeah, Kalos is hanging in there.
Technically, I'm ahead of him because I'm 10-3 due to Derizzle's forfeit.
Oh.
Because,
yes.
For anyone who didn't know, Knoxville Bearticks were unable to finish the season due to complications, so they forfeit all their matches.
Yep.
And that's a 3-0 win in the other person's favor.
So, woo!
Well, that's slightly annoying for me, but we'll get on to that. So, moving on to... No, standings are not yet. Kills and deaths. Let's see which Pokemon needs to calm down. Comp.
Yeah, my Garchomp. And it's not going to calm down.
17 kills.
That's
Jesus
right.
Christ.
What are you doing with that thing?
It's on steroids. I've been injecting it for probably about a month now.
I can tell.
And it's been really showing.
Yeah.
A lot of hard work.
Coming up in a pretty close second, Mega Medicham at 15 kills.
I will say, though, that Mega Medicham is 15-0.
Yeah.
Yeah, no one can kill that thing.
Good job, Skylar!
Whoop, whoop. Wait, don't I face him soon? I'll kill it. Oh, wait, no, that's right. You face him. Kill it. Kill it in the face.
No. I already fought it.
Yeah, I have to face him still.
Alright.
So,
Landorus Therian and Victini tied in third place for 14 kills.
I'm using Victini in another league, and I can say I love using Victini. It's an amazing Pokemon. It just breaks down so many teams, and it's hard and damn near impossible to switch into. Like, if you don't have a bulky dragon, like a Garchomp, like some scrub has, then it's just really hard to switch into. There's so few checks to it. Like, and especially in this format, when you can specify your moves to make sure its checks and counters don't really take it on that well. Landorus Therian is Landorus Therian. It's the most overused Pokemon in the game right now. Fuck Landorus Therian. Mega Altaria.
Star has been bringing this thing non-stop, and I'm surprised that... So it shouldn't be a surprise that it has 12 kills.
Yeah, he's been using it well, though. It's a really tough Pokemon to bring down.
Unless you have a Mammoth Wine.
Really, really bulky.
Now,
Then you got
Thundurus
Thundurus.
and Mega
That's me.
Pinsir.
Thundurus is me. Gotta thank Shay for that, getting 4 kills in that match.
And Mega Pinsir...
Another Mon that
Shay has.
if you can build your draft around it well enough, it does very good.
Yeah, just gotta keep those rocks off the field.
Well, obviously, I did not.
Yeah.
Boom. Swept.
I got a 2-0 loss. I've kept my losses small.
That thing's a monster.
And Latios, way down there in 8th place at number 11. Now,
I think Shay also has him.
Yeah.
now for League Death. Hey, Skylar!
Fortress.
Hey, Skylar! How you doing? Thugs. He actually has a pop-up in his videos now saying Thugs discount. Honestly, he's not even surprised by it anymore. When Fortress dies, he's just like, okay, bye, Thugs.
I know, he has to bring him every single time, though.
He does. He wants the death count to keep going up. Now,
Oh, my God.
Zapdos, Heatran, Ghastly, and Snorlax, holy crap, are tied for second at 9 deaths.
Which is so weird because Snorlax, Heatran, and Zapdos, if used correctly, are some of the some amazing mons in this format. Heatran, just being a super bulky fire type. Zapdos, with its versatility, thanks to its amazing typing, giving it a lot of good resistances. And Snorlax, just soaking up every special hit ever, being able to set up curses, sweep teams, choice band.
Yeah. If you use correctly, they're all super, super awesome, but...
And Ghastly's just Scott's Choice Scarf Debonder. So,
Yeah. Figure that out.
Scott.
Mega Gallade and Heracross finishing up the deaths at 8 deaths. Huh. Mega Gallade. Dies like a scrub.
That's used by the Furfrou, so it's not too much surprise there.
He doesn't know how to use it, he says.
Draft? Well, he
Jack
can't
up the
draft
speed,
power
jack up the
because
attack,
he-
and hit close combat.
I've told him that, but he still doesn't know how to use it.
You click on move and kill something. That's how you use it. Game over.
For him,
GG.
he can't kill anything with it. That's why it's in the top 10 for deaths.
Oh, God.
4L. The league standings. Let's see who's where and doing what.
This has changed a lot since the last time.
Oh dear God, yes. We have had a dethronement of our own Josh King, and it's
Two
now
people beat me. Two people beat me. And, Comp is just sitting there waiting and waiting and waiting, just dying to tell everybody in the world how he beat me.
I beat Josh.
Assault Vest Ampharos and Choice Guard Vaporeon and all these weird stats and ha. Beat you to the punch.
Dang it. I was looking forward to it. I woke up this morning thinking, wow, I cannot wait to just bash Josh about my Assault Vest, Ampharos, and my Choice Guard.
Literally the two things that gave me the most trouble. He predicted... Me and him build every single week to get together in another league. We know each other so well. He knew exactly how I would build, too. He predicted so much stuff. He predicted Mirror Coat on my Logic, which he knew I would bring, which I bluffed that I didn't, and then almost got a kill with it.
You did a pretty good job of bluffing that, I gotta say.
Yeah, I was like, he knows. He knows Mirror Coat is about to come.
I know I couldn't Volt Switch on you.
And then
I
you're
thought,
like,
oh, he
fuck,
doesn't
couldn't
have
find a spot for it. Mirror Coat almost killed the Galvantula. Almost.
Especially with having Scrafty in the back, I was kind of thinking that you wouldn't use it.
Yeah, I was like, I was even sitting there thinking, like, he's gonna go after Scrafty. He knows. And he just straight up in the chat, go watch the replay. He's just like, I know you have freeze dry on Mammoth Swine. I was like, what the fuck?
I knew it. I couldn't
And
bring
sure as
Fight
hell, I
Side.
did. I was like, I can't click it. He knows I have it. And then I see him look over the chat. He's like, well, now I really know he knows I have it. I can't remember if I was choiced or not. I think I was scared.
I don't think you were. I think you were Life Orb.
I find it funny that, like we said, Jake has taken the lead 10-2 plus 38. Fuck.
I thought my differential was nice.
He's taking the top, but there's four people ahead of me. I went from top of the top of the league to fifth place. The funny thing is, 2 of the people ahead of me I've beaten.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
In this
It
league.
happens.
In another league, I've beaten all 4 of them.
You could beat the other 2 in this league, too.
I will in the playoffs. And poor
Good luck with that.
Shay is ahead of me by 1 point. I feel like crap because I 6-0'd him when he first started.
Oh yeah, I do remember that.
Yeah, the thunderous sweep. He had nothing. So we got Cleveland Crowbats.
There's been a lot of good battles these last 4 weeks, I gotta say.
There has, and there's been a lot of improvement. Like
seeing
have
Gray
Scott,
beat
we have-
Splash, and then see Scott
have
pick up a few big battles.
we have a person who has a Munchlax on his team and a Ghastly who is beating people, who is sweeping Munchlax. He is proving himself really well. A lot of people have looked at that team. Even I will admit that when I first looked at his team, when I was building for it, I underestimated him, and that almost cost me the match. I built far different from how I usually do. I face him again in week 16, and I'm not taking him lightly anymore. I took him lightly the first time. I felt bad for it after he almost beat me, after I missed 2 Focus Blasts. And
he missed a Fire Blast to kill you. Kind of leveled out, though, but it was pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Are we doing week
You
16?
can have someone sitting
Yes,
right next to him.
we will be doing week 16.
Okay.
Yeah. We have Washington Weaviles. We have Cleveland Crowbats sitting up there, 9-3. Right behind that, me and Shay, San Jose Sharpedos. This is why it's so close. We have all these teams. You can tell there's a break. We have Richmond Umbreons and Midwest Masquerade, Skylar and Callus.
Yep.
Let's just take a look at these 2 for a second. Richmond's Umbreons 8-4, Midwest Masquerade's 8-4. Callus has a plus 23 differential. Skylar has plus 7.
It's because, though I've lost 4 times, every one of those losses has been 0-2. And when I win big.
That's true.
You have Star.
That core shuts him down.
Oh,
You
no,
have
me and Skylar just
I'm guessing-
trolled each other.
I'm
Go
guessing
That was a huge win.
I'm guessing Star is at 8-4, or is he at 7-5? Because it says 7-4, but everyone else's match has been accounted for.
I know, he still has to battle Scott.
Oh.
Oh, okay, yeah, I see it. So you got Splash, one of the scariest teams in the game. Mega Metagross, Victini, Manaphy, just right there. 7-5 plus 12. You got Scott and Sudowoodos 4-7 with -6, and then you take that plunge and you got the Rotoms 4-8, London Gengars 4-8, Knoxville Beardix, Derizzle, who forfeited all his matches, so he's 2-14. Utah Star Raptors, Indy Scythers. Indy Scythers have 2 wins.
Yeah.
One of them's against me.
And one of them is against you.
Not
Thanks,
me, I beat him.
Thunders.
I beat him.
I would have beat him too if Thunder would have hit.
It was a
Who runs
Swallow.
Thunder?
Who wants Thunder against? And if I wasn't for Swellow, fucking Swellow. That was the 3rd week in a row that I clicked Battle Start, and a Mon that I didn't know they traded for was on their team.
Someone's got to start following the chat.
I do. Now every time I message the person before the battle and was like, "These are your 12 Mons, correct? Okay, if any changes are made, please let me know. I'm not doing this shit again." I think it was Callus. Callus was the first one. He had Whimsicott over Thunderous, and I didn't know, so that was.
That's not my team.
Oh,
That
that's
That's Skylar's team. He has
Yeah,
Whimsicott.
Scott.
Close enough.
I was gonna say, what did I do? I brought
Then
weakness policy HP Fire Special Umbreon against you. That's what I did.
Guys,
Special
don't
Umbreon.
underestimate Callus.
When I'm insane, you better stop me
He's
before
the
I
only person, only time in this league. I mean, I'll accept my losses. I know when I've lost in a match, but I ended up beating him. But like 5 or 6 turns in, he clicked Nasty Plot or Calm Mind. Was it Nasty Plot or Calm Mind?
It's Calm Mind.
Calm Mind with Coffagrigus behind the sub, and I was just like, I lose.
GG.
I was like, I'm losing this battle. I have nothing for this, and I somehow managed to scrape out a win. Oh my god.
I set
But
up
joke's on
too
him, because I have his Ambipom in another league.
early.
So
I set up way too early with Midas. That's how I lost. If
I mean, you took out one of his walls, which was huge.
Oh yeah.
It was
Wait,
the
what did you
Milotic! It was that frickin' Milotic living a choice banded, I'm pretty sure, choice banded superpower because of stupid Marvel scale that you got because you burned my Umbreon!
Oh, I love you, Milotic. Best water type in the game.
No, I was Scarf.
Although I'm
because
liking Vaporeon. So,
No, Scarf Vaporeon's a little better.
no one likes you. I kid. Alright, so then we got California Furfurs who somehow, under the grace of God, pulled out a win. And are a 1-11.
Because it was a forfeit!
Good job, Furfus. Keep it up.
Alright, so where are we going over next?
The league schedule is for a little bit of salty bet action.
Oh, I love it.
Who do we think is gonna win for the next 4 weeks? The final 4 weeks.
Alright, so...
Comp, you able to do this or no?
I mean, if you tell me the matchups, I can.
Yeah, alright.
Alright, so week 12 just
13,
ended. Week
yeah.
13. We already know one of the matches. That's me versus Beartrix. I automatically take a 3-0 win.
Yeah.
So, we got... Comp, you are facing Skylar this week.
Oh.
I am. I've already planned out a little bit of a different couple sets, and I'm looking forward to using it.
Alright, Comp, listen to me. If you don't kill his fortress, you are banished from the league.
Kill
I
the
might
Fortress.
just let it live.
Then you lose.
No, I'll let
Yeah,
it live,
then
but
you
still
lose.
win.
If you let Fortress win, that means you lose. I mean, it's
No.
not like he can't he can lose outright now and probably still make the playoffs.
He can. He really can.
Again.
We actually have a pretty interesting lineup this time because we have a lot of higher standings wise. We have some of the higher people going against each other, and we have some of the lower people going against each other. Like we have the California Furfurs versus the Scythers, Ben, facing off. So that's going to be an interesting battle. I still think that due to California Furfurs team, I feel like is very offensively based. It's strong.
There's a very good chance he's not going to care and just bring insanity. So I'm going to put my vote in with Ben.
So
Yeah,
am
I think Ben's gonna get this one.
His team will probably be able to straight up outspeed and overpower it under the rain.
Yeah.
Then we have Callus. You are taking on Shiny Hunter and the Utah Star Raptors.
I am.
Different. Standings would say that you are going to win it because you're in like the top 6. You're number 6, and he's in the bottom ones.
Yeah, I feel like once if Chaos keeps his core around, then he'll have
Yeah,
no
you
problem.
have to keep his core around just because his team can be very interesting. Like I need to remember what his team is. I faced him before.
Yeah, he's got like
his
Heatran.
mascot, his mascot
Staraptor.
gives me nightmares.
Yeah.
Yeah, you brought Hone Edge.
I traded off Mismatches for Hone Edge just so I had a mon that didn't get KO by Bandit Staraptor. Literally the only thing I did it. And then I traded it back off for Fracture for certain matches.
Certain matches.
Yes. I planned a lot. I did a lot of digging and thought who would I best have, and there's 2 matches in particular that I have Fracture for, and I can't wait. But he has quite the interesting team. He has a lot of common weaknesses, and I think that's the biggest thing that's hurting Shiny right now. Like, he has this pretty big grass weakness going on. He has...
I wonder who is the superior.
He has like a big grass weakness. He has big fighting weakness. His team is very exploitable, and that's hurting him. It's probably called at this point. He's not going to make the playoffs, unfortunately. That would put him at 6-10. If he wins all 4 matches, it puts him at 6-10, which he'll still be behind everyone else.
He ain't beating me.
So he's losing. So he's basically out of playoff range. But hopefully next time, like I like his OU picks.
He's gotten a lot better since we first started. You know, he's made leaps and bounds,
right?
With team building especially. So I think that
I really think he needs to think about his draft more next time and really consider his weakness. So he's not sitting there being exploited. I mean, it's okay to have a weakness to one Mon on your opponent's roster. That's how it works. Like I said, Star had nothing for a Mamoswine. Absolutely nothing. His best check to Mamoswine was Mesprit, who got 2 KO'd by knockoff.
Yeah.
So I'm putting my money with Callus.
Thank you.
You're welcome. The next match is going to be really interesting.
Oh.
We have PML, Washington Weaviles, facing off
Mystic.
against Splash.
Mystic is the Weaviles.
Wait. Oh, that's right, because I'm used to him being the Winnipeg Weaviles in the other league. Okay, so we have Mystic versus Splash. I faced Splash before. I have beaten him. He's a very good battler, and he has a very scary team this time. Mystic is an amazing battler.
Yes.
Mystic
is, you know, he got a bit of a slow start.
Mystic, like Jake over there, is one of the few people to say they have beaten me. I beat it back, but he has beaten me. He beat me a couple weeks ago. He is insane when it comes to team building. He is very smart. He is very good in in-game battling. The only question is, will he be able to take on Splash's straight-up bulk? And
yeah, I really do think that Mystic will be able to. He's got plenty of wall breakers. You know, he's got Entei, he's got Beedrill, you know, he's got Reuniclus if he wants to set up with him, Excadrill, Landorus. He's got power. So
and he does have Mons that can take hits from some of his bigger threats, such as he has Tangrowth, he has a Reuniclus, he has Mons that will always just destroy Manaphy like Tangrowth, and X-Cloud is going to do a lot of damage. He has checks to Victini, he has checks to Mega Metagross. It's just going to be about how he builds and how I think.
Yeah, once he finds an answer for that Cresselia, I think that he's good to go. I got my money on Mystic here.
Makes me wonder how the heck I beat him.
Oh, yeah, you beat him, didn't you?
Somehow.
Yeah, I honestly should have lost to him. He made a misplay late in the game.
I think I beat him because he did not bring X-Cloud. I had no answer for X-Cloud, and he's just like, hey, I'm not going to bring it.
Sadly, I mean, he does have Toxic Spike answer ability, but Mystic does not have the best thing to take on Splash, which is Hazard Stack. Just because Splash's only way to get rid of hazards is that Avalugg with Rapid Spin, and he does not want to take a special hit. He's not going to want to take a hit from Keldeo. He wouldn't want to take a hit from a Uniclus or X-Cloud.
Nothing.
So I would say I'm going to put my money on Mystic. Mystic has pushed me to my limit. The one battle that I won against him was one of the most intense battles I've ever had. Like, my heart was beating. I planned out every move. It was insane.
Yeah, he's a great battler.
Next, we have another really important and really good match. This is PML. This is Zach PML, and he is facing off against Shay, the San Jose Sharpedos. Both are 9-3. Both are really looking for that playoff spot.
Shay, you have to lose!
Shay has to lose. Like,
yeah, this is the biggest
Zach,
battle
you need to win
so far.
Shay, buddy, lose so we can be in sync again, remember? Yeah!
Like, Shay is just...
He
Shay's
hide-
really good.
I know
Shay
his
has
battle
come out
stuff.
of nowhere.
He's like me. He hides behind bulk, but he does his job better than me.
Yeah.
He has the regenerator frickin' fish. I hate that thing. He has he's got that stupid mill tank that he has 2 heal bellers, so you don't know which one he's gonna use. Togetic.
Elemental isn't too bad when you have a nasty plot Thunderous.
You know, if I had not let Superior die so easy, I probably... Did I even bring Superior? I don't know. I could have, but I didn't. Should have brought my freaking Magneton. That's what I should have.
So we're all rooting for Zach on this one. So come on,
No,
Zach.
I think that Shay's gonna come out with this one. I actually really need Shay to win this one.
I don't. I need Shay to lose.
Dude, what are you talking about, Comp? You automatically get the week 1 bye because you have, unless you like lose out.
I know, well, because Zach is only 1 game behind me.
Well, that's fine.
It's going to be quite the interesting battle. That's going to have a pretty big implication on playoff spots. The next is a couple of low ladder ones. We have the London Gengars
versus the Labradorian Sudowoodos.
That should actually be pretty interesting.
I'm gonna put my money on Scott, actually.
I'm kind of torn because Scott does have quite the interesting team, and a lot of people underestimate him, but he's pulled through. But look at Star's team. He has ways to handle...
It's not Star, it's Gray.
He has stuff to handle the Ghastly. He has ways to handle Durant.
You know it's not Star, it's Gray, right?
His name is Star in the...
Yeah, it's Star Victini.
Okay.
It's Star Bikini YouTube, yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, I agree with Josh here. You know, Star has a lot of answers to Scott's team, especially with his Mega Charizard. If he uses them appropriately, he brought Belly Drum Charizard last week against Splash and actually came out with a victory, which was huge for him. So
that was amazing.
It was fun to watch.
It was amazing to watch. I saw Belly Drum and I started flipping shit. I was like, oh my god! You fucking go! You fucking go!
I miss all the cool matches.
Go back and watch it. You need to go back and watch it.
Like that was probably the funnest battle to watch this season, honestly.
Oh yeah.
And finally, for week 13, we have the Latium Polions versus the Brooklyn Rotoms. No offense, Omar. I'm going to say Star.
I'm going to say Star too.
I got Star.
Unless he pulls some hacksy bullcrap.
Yeah, he needs a lot of hacks of that Rotom.
So are we going to keep talking for the other 3 weeks? Or...
Yeah.
Alright, so week 14.
I've actually got to get going here.
Alright.
So I got to go change a tire.
Okay,
So,
have fun with that.
I'm going to let you guys
We'll
go.
talk to you later, Jake.
Yeah, I'll see you later.
Thanks for joining.
Yep, no problem. Bye.
Okay,
Alright.
so, week 14, first match is you again. Okay, I think we know who's gonna win this.
I'm gonna have fun with that match.
I'm gonna help him build the most insane. You thought you were surprised by weakness policy special Umbreon. You wait till I see what I do with his team.
Oh, I've come up with some crazy threats too. Don't worry, we'll see. Then we got Ben facing Hunter.
Oh, that should be good.
Personally, I got my money on Ben. Ben shows promise.
I
We got Splash getting an automatic win against Durizzle. And then we got you facing PML.
Oh, this is not gonna be fun for me. Especially because I'm gonna catch hell from Skylar if I lose. He's like, come on, man. I needed you to win. You trying to give him the player spot?
Like, for some people, the next few matches aren't really too important. I mean, I got the automatic win. I'm going to have an easy win on week 14.
Very.
And then I have to face Scott again, which, once I plan correctly, I really feel like I'm pulling out that win. So, for the next 3 weeks, I feel like my biggest match will be against Splash. So, my playoff spot isn't too much in jeopardy. But you do have some big matches that are going to be huge playoff considering, because you got Shay. Shay's next 3 matches.
He has comp, so LOL bye.
He has Zach PML. He has comp. He has
Star.
Lottie and Polions, and then a loose back, and then he has a less important match.
Yeah.
But he still has some very important matches that he has to win. He is nowhere near out of the woods.
Now, and neither am I, but because I have to fight freaking PML, I have to fight comp, and then I have to fight Star again.
You've got a wall ahead of you.
I do. Next up in week 14, we have Mystic with the Weaviles going up against Scott. Probably Mystic.
Oh yeah. Once again, Mystic is an amazing battler. He knows very well what he's doing, and he has good offensive and defensive checks to a lot of Scott's threats. Scott has Ghastly. Mystic has Hariyama. Sorry. What else does he have?
Words.
Sorry, Sorry, my sister's texting me. She's on her way! Boop boop! Can see my nephews. Scott has Munchlax. And Mystic has a Weezing and a Bastiodon. And a Tangrowth and a Landorus Therian and an Excadrill, and the list goes on. Like, Scott can pull out wins with this team. It's a very strange team, and a lot of people will probably underestimate him and think that he's not good. But he doesn't want to use OU. He doesn't want to use Landorus Therian and Excadrill and, Garchomp and Heatran and all these standard stuff because he doesn't like to. If he would have used standard stuff, Scott would be like 9-3 right now. He would be in a playoff race.
Yeah.
But because these mons aren't as viable as some of the other ones, he makes them as viable as they possibly can, but they still have their limits. And there's still a lot more checks out there to them. And he's going to have some bad matchups. I like Scott. He's really cool. I just don't know how well he's going to do for the rest of the season.
San Jose Sharpedos versus the Kansas City Carnivines.
Like I said, Comp, Shay, Zach, they're not out of the wood. They have big, big matches ahead of them. It's as tight as ever for them to get that playoff spot. As much as I know both of them, you guys call him Comp, I call him Jake. I know Jake very well. Jake knows how to plan, and I feel like he can plan very much around not only just Shay's team. Because it's one thing to build for someone's team, but it's another thing to build for someone. That's what Jake does. Jake knows how to build for against someone. Like when he battled me, he didn't build for my team. He built for me. He built to beat me. He didn't bring something to... Like, if it was any other person, he would build differently. But knowing that it was me, he bring weird sets. He brings stuff I couldn't expect. He played ways I couldn't predict. And that's what won him the game, was playing like that, because he knew me. And he knows how Shay builds. He knows how Shay plays. And in that way, that's why I think this is going to go towards Jake. Mm-hmm. I think Jake is just going to outplan Shay and just dismantle that core. Like, Shay loves that fish of his.
Eat that fish. Eat that fish.
And Jake's going to take down that fish. Jake's going to take down that core.
Cop for king!
The next match is the London Gengars versus the Brooklyn Rotoms. Another interesting match. I'm going to give it to the Rotoms, in all honesty. I think Omar has the ability.
I think Omar could probably do something fun. And finally, the Midwest Masquerades versus Lottie and Bullions.
Skylar versus Star. I feel like these two are both on a pretty equal skill level. I faced both of them. Both of them scared me. Both of them played very, very well. And I think this is just going to come down to matchup. I don't remember both their teams offhand, so let me pull them up and see what exactly I think. You're here, and then who's the other one? Who's he facing?
Gladiator Napoleons.
Okay. So I want to get a refresh of both their teams. Oh yeah, Mega Medicham.
Yeah.
This is wow. Looking at team matchups. Wow. This is just gonna be straight up close. This is gonna be a very close match.
I know one thing for certain though. Fortress dies.
Fortress is gonna die.
Yes.
Like, you have Lottie with this very bulky team. It has its weakness. I'm not going to say what that weakness is. I have learned by just, sitting here and talking about his team to myself and trying to figure out what his team is about, analyzing. He does have a weakness, and I won't give that away, so I won't give anyone an unfair advantage. If Skylar can figure that weakness out, he's going to have a much easier time.
He probably knows it. I wouldn't put it past Skylar.
No, I wouldn't. I watched his video against me. Skylar takes his time and is very precise with how he does his teams. I mean, he built 14th against somebody, and he chooses which one he thinks is going to be the best.
When me and him record, it's all fun and games, so he's not really trying. But when he's in a league format, when the battles actually matter, let's just say I don't know if I would have. I know I wouldn't have 6-0'd him if we weren't joking around our match.
I really don't think this comes down to matchup. I think this is going to come down to who makes the right plays, who's
the better player.
I think they're both equally good players. It's just coming down to individual plays. Like, one play can change this. If, let's say, Star sets up with Mega Altaria at the right time, that's going to throw it right into Star's battlefield. If
I wouldn't put it past
Skylar sets up at the right time with the right Mon, let's say he sets up a Rock Polish with Bisharp or a Swords Dance with Bisharp, he can clean up Star's team, and that's going to throw it straight to Skylar. It's going to be about who gets the right move in at the right time. It's going to be a very close match, and it's going to be one that I'm really looking forward to.
I'm going to have to throw my hat in Skylar's ring.
I'm going to go for Skylar, too. He's going to win no less. He has to win at least 5-0. At the very most, The very most 5-0. He can't 6-0 anybody, because Fortress has to die.
Yeah, Fortress has to die.
Fortress is going to die. Alright, Week 15. We have the California Furfroos facing the Utah Star Raptors, one of the lower ranking teams. It's going to be very interesting.
Probably shiny.
Oh yeah. Sorry to the Furfroos. Your record is there for a reason.
Oh, he doesn't care.
I hate to say it, but then again, it's not your team. It's not what you drafted.
Yeah.
That's where I think a lot of it comes from. In this format, if there's anyone out there that's new to League format that is listening,
okay, let me just tell you what not to do. Hold on.
Don't judge Fortress, because it's going to die every week.
So, I wouldn't put past Skylar to draft it for that reason. Okay, so, see this team. See this right here? This team right here? Don't draft this, and you're golden.
Who are you talking about?
They're Furfroos.
Oh.
Don't draft this, and you're fine.
I think the best thing...
Hello?
Sorry. I think the best thing, before you even start thinking about what you're drafting, is play around with some Mons. You want to build your team of 12 with Mons that you've used before, and you know well enough. Mons that you are comfortable with. In the PML Season 1, one of my favorite mons is Donphan. I use it a lot in UU. I think it's a very good mon. I know it very well. And when people see it, they don't expect much from it. So during the PML, I use that to my advantage. Donphan was number 2 in kills at the end of the season. 14-7. It got a lot of kills. It got a lot of surprise kills because I knew how to run it. I know what I was doing. So, I really think that's going to go towards the Star Raptors just because the Furhouses are still not comfortable with this team.
No.
Then we have a really good match.
Oh.
A match that I'm already starting to think about or starting to plan for, seeing how I'm going to win. This is going to be an important match. I have actually, there are ideas that I've had for against this team that I've had since like week 6. I have a very interesting plan. It's going to be awesome. I really think I'm going to pull off this win if I pull it off. I will have backup win cons, but how I'm going to win is going to be very interesting.
Oh, sure, week 6 when he fought me.
Then we got Ben, who we just said is going to win 2 weeks in a row. And then he's got Zach in front of him, who is dying to pull out 4 wins.
So, Ben, buddy. About
Sorry.
that
Sorry,
low
Ben.
entry. No.
Sorry, Ben. Just sorry.
No.
Scott gets an auto win against the Knoxville Heretics. And then we have a very interesting match.
And then it's just fun! What?
You and Jake are facing week 15.
Just
You and me,
fun.
we're building together. You're going to win that battle.
I need to if I want to get into the playoffs, but I don't think I can.
Do not worry. I will do everything in my power to help you win that battle. Jake, we are coming for you!
If I play like I did in week 3 of the PML, I think I can win.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
If I play like I did that.
Sorry. And then we have we have Mystic versus Omar. Depends on how much Omar hacks is. Other than that, I gotta give it to Mystic.
Yeah.
We have 2 very good battlers. We have Shay and Star going at it. Gotta give it to Shay. Shay has proved to be a dominating force. His first week in the league was against me. He got 6-0'd. He was built up so much. Like, who brought him in? Was it you who brought him into the league?
No.
Whoever it was sitting here hyping him up. Like, you guys, just wait till you meet this guy. His name is Shay. He's an
Might have been
awesome
Shiny.
battler. He's a pro. First week in the league, 6-0'd. And that set the bar kind of low for him. So he came through, and that bar flew.
Yep.
Flew. He just destroyed teams. And in his most recent battle, he won 6-0. He made up for it. Then we got Skylar facing off against London Gingars.
I'm gonna say Skylar again.
I gotta give it to Skylar. I'm rooting for him.
Yeah.
I loved how he built.
Though
Last time.
Charizard X will kill Fortress.
Charizard X will kill Fortress, yes.
Yes.
And then week 16 we have the rematches.
Now that
My thoughts, you can just look at the first week.
yeah. Okay, so
I plan on bringing the power back to Scott, and I don't plan on playing like I did last time. I don't plan on losing or winning 1-0. I plan on destroying him.
Now, rematches can be difficult for the ones who last won. Because trying to beat someone again, when they know how they lost, when they know what they did wrong.
Rematches can be very hard.
Yeah.
It can be easy for some people, it can be hard for some people. And I think that's going to affect some way. I do think I have a better way, just because I built so differently than I normally do. We have Crowbats versus Star Raptors. Got to give that to PML.
Yeah, I still think BML.
Omar gets an automatic win. We got you facing Star once again. And he won last time. So that's going to be something. I feel like you can pull the win out this time just because you're more driven. You have a reason to win that battle.
It was my first.
Leons are still in the race,
It was my first league match ever, and I lost 2-0.
You know who my first league match ever was against?
Jake?
Jake. And I won 2-0. That was quite the battle. O-Code his fucking Garchomp with Ice Punch from Jirachi. Fuck yeah! So, we also got me versus Scott. We got Tom versus Ben. Easy.
Yeah.
We got Skylar versus Mystic.
Oh.
And Mystic played very weirdly in his first battle. I believe he was the one that brung Blizzard Snorlax. So...
Skylar won 1-0.
He won very close against someone bringing Blizzard Snorlax. I'm going to say that again. Blizzard Snorlax. Blizzard Snorlax.
Choice Scarf Vaporeon.
No one likes you. And then we got Shay, who's going to have such an easy time against the Gengars. So,
Gengars can't really touch Shay.
That's the rest of the league.
Yeah.
The only thing left, I feel like, is I think we can go to standings, take a look at that, and just talk about potential playoff spots. Like, I mean, anyone can just say it's going to be the top 6, but it's going to be really close. I think we can just go ahead and start saying that there are everyone from Splash and above. So there's 9 people competing for 6 spots.
Yeah.
Very, very close. Lottie and Polion's in Splash. They have to win out. There's no nice way of saying it. They have to win out.
That, or because they're in their division, they just have to beat the other.
The way it works, I gotta pull up the actual roster. Okay. So the top 2, overall, in the entire league, get week 1 buys. So, that's gonna be very, very interesting. Comp has that, Comp is very much in the running for that. One of those week 1 buys.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of hard to call who the week 1 buys will be since it's such a huge upset or a huge thing.
It's another 4 weeks.
So Kanto region, like you said, it's me versus Shay versus you right now. That's incredibly close. I got 2 easy matches, so I think I have such a better chance of grabbing it. That also makes me think I have a better chance of grabbing one of the week 1 buys.
I'm not after the division spot. I'm after the wild card.
Right. Well, that would give you the division spot. It's the 2 overall get the week 1 buys, and then 1 from each region. So, you're really competing with Sharpeaters right now. You and Shay are really in competition. It's going to be heated.
I need to beat his butt.
Mystic is going to win Johto region. Next.
Easy.
Next. However, this is something that's very interesting. If how the playoffs work, how I think they are, if Mystic grabs a week 1 bye, I think that means that Ben or Shiny get a playoff spot.
Why what? Why what?
I'm not entirely sure that's how it works, though. It might be top place from each region and then 2 wild cards, and then we sort the buys from there. I'm not entirely sure. If it is the first we decide the buys and then we get the 1 from each region, there is a chance that Ben or Shiny could take one of the playoff spots. I will have to ask Jake and Jake and PML for that. Hoenn region, Scott and the Gengars are basically out of it. Like you said, they are in running for each other, so that's gonna be very close.
Yeah.
Lottie and Polions still have to face Scott. That's going to be an interesting battle. If Lottie and Polions come out, they get a good advantage over Splash. Splash still has some interesting battles ahead of him. Like me.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have the Kalos region. Omar, sorry.
Nope.
Skylar and PML are really fighting to take on Jake. These playoffs are going to be insane. It's just going to be absolutely insane. And when we do all these rematches in the playoffs, interesting things are going to happen.
Season 1, and it's already so close.
It's week 12, and it's still really close. There isn't a clear-cut winner.
No.
So
if we had to pick 6 people, that were going to the playoffs, who would you pick?
You're not gonna like my 6 because it doesn't include you.
No, I'm fully aware. I'm fully aware.
Shay already has that advantage of a 1-game lead over you. I think it's gonna be me. I think it's gonna be Shay, Mystic, Star, PML, and Jake. And I think it's going to be me and Jake, or Jake and possibly Mystic, who are going to get the week 1 buys.
See, what I predict is you and Jake. I think Skylar can probably pull it through. Probably Shay, yeah. I have a feeling Splash and Mystic.
It's
Still not
hard
me.
to predict. It's really hard to predict. It's all going to come down to these final weeks, and it's so close. It's so intense. No one has... None of those 9 that we mentioned, none of them have the ability to stop. They don't have the ability to take things careful. They have to play their very best.
When I lose at the end of the season, I just want to have one of the best differentials.
And you're doing that. You're doing that so far, and you still have a long way to go in the PML.
Yeah, starting that freaking crit. I would have.
I know how you feel. There was a battle I had against who was it? It was a replacement for the Infernapes, and I had played the end game very well. The whole thing was to get it to where it was Weebile versus Florges. Obviously, he had Poison Jab, but I got an Intimidate off on him. And I calced it. He was Jolly. He was Life Orb. His Poison Jab did 36 to 44.8%. I had 46% health after rocks with Florges. I was in the clear. They're like going nuts in the chat. They're like freaking out. I'm just like, guys, I've done the calc. I win. It was a good game. You played very well, and I clicked Moonblast, and he crit, and I was pissed. I was absolutely pissed.
I was 1 turn away from the Life Orb killing the Landers. I lost to the freaking Uber, by the way. Like that's
some Ubers are okay in this format. Landorus is 4 times ice weakness, kind of okay speed tier, and
still, I could have lived anything from Landorus and just killed it. I would have had a 2-0 win, but no,
it's
that's
the game to play.
Freaking crit. All right, so enough about the PML.
PTL winding down. It's going to be really close, and I can't wait to see how it's going to end and who's going to make the playoffs. Playoffs are going to be very scary. They're going to showcase a lot of skill.
Yeah. And the bad thing is, most of the people who will go into playoffs don't record their videos.
I tried. Next season, I should have a computer that should be able to handle it, so as long as we do something in between Season 1 and Season 2.
Well, we're supposed to have that match against the MPL, aren't we?
Huh?
Weren't we challenged by the MPO?
I have no idea.
Blake mentioned something about a inter-season chat league challenge.
I'd be up for that. Whatever stalls me long enough to get my computer, start recording, and start showing people my side.
Yeah. I think it's just me, Skylar, and Mystic that record videos.
I think so. Jake started to, but lost the ability to, so it's going to be really interesting. I do plan on doing it next season, though. Alright. I gotta get the hell out of here.
That's going to wrap it up for the NPTL third quarter recap. Let us know who you think's going to win, because there are a lot of people in this league that were not here for this call. Guys, who do you think? Who is your vote? And if you vote me, you're wrong. You're freaking wrong. Delete your comment. Change it again. I'm not making it. Try? I'm not. Alright. See you for the last one.